important thing is it's in my home state. You know, it's in the state of Georgia, and it represents bringing money back to so many communities within the state of Georgia. So it's a special event. You know, it's been SEC, ACC, it's been Legends, it's been a lot of the coaching fraternity I like to be a part of, and I like being associated with the Peach Bowl, which I think is one of the best bowls in the country.
Coach, talk about a little bit about the charity that you're playing for this year and why it's so important to you and some of the work that's being done.
Well, the Kirby Smart Family Foundation is who I'm playing for, and you know, it's a family foundation that Mary Beth and myself created. We've been able to donate over $1 million to places within the state of Georgia, all over the state of Georgia. Down in Macon, a children's hospital, we were able to name a room after a hospital room after the Kirby Smart Family Foundation. We've had a Do More project in which we did some things in Augusta and Atlanta area. We've partnered with CHOA, which is important to us, and it's just so important to give back to the communities, especially here in our state and our surrounding areas, to give to children and families in need.
Yep. So coming off of your national championship, what's the biggest difference that you saw in the off season being the national champion?
Yeah, probably the biggest difference in being national champion and going into an off season is, you know, you worry about complacency, you worry about guys thinking they've arrived. I didn't think our group did that. We had a shrunk window, we had a shorter window, so we had a little less time to prepare. We had one less week to lift before our spring practice, and but you know, we played an extra game in the season with the playoff game. So injuries have played a factor in that, and we probably had more guys out this spring than we ever have before. But the biggest thing is not worrying about that. You know, we don't defend a title. We start new with a new team and develop new chemistry to see what this team's going to be about.
Yeah. How has being a national champion affected your golf game?
Yeah, my golf game was never very good, so COVID probably helped my golf game because we had a lot more time on our hands and downtime, which we couldn't work with the student athletes, so I got to play more. Since COVID and recruiting starting back up, it's non-existent. So it went from non-existent to winning a national championship to remaining non-existent.
All right, so next up for you guys is going to be Oregon in the Chick-fil-A kickoff game to start the season. Do you have a first take on that matchup and what you might expect?
No, you know, we looked at them in the spring and kind of studied those guys. It makes it awkward, you know, the new head coach. You can take the film and the things. You're really looking more at who the players are than anything. Very familiar with Dan Lanning, very familiar with a lot of guys on his staff. His offensive coordinator was at Auburn and also at FSU, so we looked at those guys. But got a lot of respect for Dan and what he did for our program, and know he'll do a really good job there at Oregon.
Yep. All right, a little bit about golf. So you've got one round to play with anybody in the world. Who are you picking to play with?
I don't know. I probably would play with Tiger Woods. He's always been almost exactly my age. We were born in the same month, same year. And I've always followed him and admired him, and his comeback and climb has really been incredible. You know, that last Masters he won. I mean, as a college student, I was going to the Masters and watching him win the Masters. And I feel like watching him do the things he's done over the years, it's really been cool to watch that.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite professional golfer that you pull for when you get to watch? Is it Tiger?
Well, I pull for kids. I pull for all the Georgia golfers just because being a University of Georgia alumnus. I pull for the guys I know and have been around that I think are quality people. Justin Thomas is a guy that was in Alabama when I was there, so I have a lot of respect for him, and just, you know, pull for good people.
Okay. All right, put yourself now. This is Kirby with the great golf game. You play, you win the Masters. You come back the next year. You're at the Champions Dinner. You pick the menu. What are you serving?
Oh man, there's nothing bad that you could ever eat there. So if you had to pick, man, that's tough. I'm probably going a little surf and turf, you know, and side of mashed potatoes to make sure I get my carbs right.
All right, so then you get to play, after that big meal, you get to play the course the next day. What former player, out of any former player of yours, would you pick to be your caddy?
Former PGA player or
former Georgia player?
Yeah, I don't know that I would want any one of those guys to caddy for me. I mean, reading putts and making decisions, I just I don't know that I trust any of them. I probably have to go with David Dukes, who's my partner. He used to be my partner in this event because he can keep me calm, cool, and collected, and he reads putts well.
There you go. There you go. Any non-football plans for this summer? Getting away with the family anywhere?
We usually go to the beach. We're going to try to make a trip to the beach, and we're considering go out west one time and enjoy the weather and hike and spend time as a family out there.
Yep. All right. Last thing, when you and the wife get to sit home and just hang out and watch Netflix or Amazon, what's your go-to show that you guys will binge?
Man, we've done Ozarks, we've done Yellowstone, we've done 1883 maybe. Is it 1883? I don't know if I got the year right, but it's off of Yellowstone. And we've done a couple others recently to kind of look around, Anatomy of a Scandal and a couple others, but we go with the Ozarks and Yellowstone mostly.
Yeah.